Hello, this is James. Inzektors are a group of disparate species of insects that knew that individually they were weak, and it was only together that they could surmount the vampire clan and defeat death itself. So, they created the Oath Pact, the bonds of which transcend even the shackles of mortality. Tia miavin, moridin isande vadin. The grave is no bar to my call. So, when one of your Inzektors is on the field and requires aid, he or she need only sound the horn of valor, and his or her allies will rush from the hand and graveyard to succor their comrade. Now I know that the horn of valor is high-pitched and annoying, but to bugs, it's noble and glorious. Okay, so Inzektors, right? They equip from the hand to the graveyard each other. The small ones can equip from the hand to the graveyard, and then the big ones get equipped. And this makes your progress sticky, because even if your big Inzektor gets destroyed, well, the pieces are still in the graveyard, ready to be called by the Horn of Valor, and you can continuously revive a big monster. So this was similar to Crystal Beasts. So I thought that we could make a Transcendent Crystal Inzektors combo deck. Because the Crystal Beasts, like, they don't ever actually die, they just go back to the back row, and then you can make use of them there. So with Transcendent Crystals and Sapphire Pegasus, we can discard our Inzektors, and then we can have access to the Sapphire Pegasus in the back row. We can use him, and then we can still, with the graveyard equipping effects of the Inzektors, we can still make use of that discarded card. So we have Centipede. This has like a search effect. Giga-Mantis, this gives the most amount of attack, but it is a super rare. And then Hopper, this has the most attack of like the small Inzektors, and then when you can equip him and hop him off, and then your monster can attack directly. Earwig has a persistent 1000 attack boost. Even if the Earwig gets removed, the equipped monster still has a 1000 attack bonus until the end phase. And then Ant and Ladybug are actually the worst Inzektors right now, because mostly what they do is they control levels, and they're very small. So we're not going to be using Ant and Ladybug until Synchros come out. We only have one Giga-Mantis. We still need some power. So we're going to do two Inzektor Giga-Cricket. And Giga-Cricket, the reason it's a normal is because it has a cost. If it's in the graveyard, you can banish an insect from the graveyard and then equip it to an Inzektor. And it gives the monster 2000 attack. Well, it makes the attack 2000, and it gives it piercing. So if you were... But you don't have to worry about the cost in most cases, because you can just use the effect of Hopper or Earwig or Centipede to call Giga-Cricket back from the graveyard. And then we're also going to use, with our Transcendent Crystals setup, we're going to use 3 Crystal Raigeki for those good, quick little removals. And this makes Crystal Raigeki not cost 2 cards. It makes it costless, because we discarded ideally a Giga-Cricket to get out a Sapphire Pegasus. That thins our deck, and then we can still use, so we're trading a Giga-Cricket for a Pegasus, but then we still get to use the Giga-Cricket from the graveyard. So the best of both worlds. You could also do instead of Raigeki, you could do Storm if you're more worried about back row than you are for hires. And that's actually great with Centipede and like Giga-Mantis, because when they have their when Centipede has its equip removed, it has a search, and then when Giga-Mantis is removed as an equip, you can target an Inzektor in the graveyard and special summon it. Those are our monsters. We have 3 Horse, 1 Centipede, 1 Giga-Mantis, 3 Hopper, again this enables direct attacks. Giga-Cricket, this is our cheapo large Inzektor, and then Earwig has a 1000 attack boost, 3 Crystal Raigeki, and then we're going to do 2 each of the good Inzektor support cards. So Zektkalibur Equip only to an Inzektor monster. It gains 800 attack and defense, which is nice. But when this face-up card is sent from the graveyard, target one Inzektor monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. And this is just a little bit of insurance. If your Inzektor gets Canadia'd or gets destroyed, or it gets banished even, Zektkalibur goes to the graveyard, and then you can recover some resources. And then Inzektor Orb, target a face-up Inzektor you control, equip, gains 500. When exactly one Inzektor you control is targeted by a card effect, you can send this equipped card to the graveyard and negate that effect. And so this protects against Dompas and Econ Ticks. Alright, we're going second against that Taya Gardner. And what does Taya have for us today? She has Holy Guard, Amazons. Okay, we got Raigeki, we got Centipede, and we have Zektkalibur. Okay, so Swords Woman and a Baby Tiger, and then no back row, so only monsters. We're going to go Transcendent Crystals. We're going to discard the Sapphire Pegasus. One more thing about the Sapphire Pegasus. You may think that you'll run out of Sapphire Pegasus for all your Raigekis, but if you normal summon a Sapphire Pegasus, it can bring Pegasus from the graveyard as well as from the deck, so you can reuse your Raigeki Pegasus. Okay, so we're going to normal summon Centipede. We're going to equip it with Zektkalibur, and we're just going to take care of Swords Woman right now. Experienced harem players will know, don't waste your time with the Baby Tiger because it just comes back. We have Amazonas Princess. Grabs the ambush, but the disadvantage of having no back row is I know exactly where the ambush is. And I'm not even going to go for Queen. I'm going to go for Raigeki onto the ambush and remove it, and since his field is full, he doesn't revive a monster. Okay, and now this, right here, this is the combo you're supposed to do with Inzektors. So we're going to activate Centipede's effect, okay? We're going to activate Centipede's effect, and we're going to equip this Hopper, and then we're going to equip Zektkalibur, and then we're going to pop off the Hopper. Since an equip was removed from Centipede, that lets us search Giga-Mantis. Now, we already utilized Centipede's equipping effect, so now we use Giga-Mantis' ability to equip from the hand, and that's why this is a super rare and this is an ultra rare. Now bear in mind that Hopper lets us attack directly, and we do so. Alright, we're going second against the Burger King. And we're going for that greasy glory. Okay, so we have Giga-Cricket, and we wanna send that Giga-Cricket to the graveyard to fulfill the Oath Pact. And okay, so spellbooks. He's gonna do a bunch of spellbook stuff. Quick play, organization, sets a card. Oh no, not sets a card. Plays, master. Oh my god, this makes for terrible television. So master searches fate and then sets the fate. All right, so we need to force the fate. So we're gonna go Transcendent Crystals, send both crickets to the graveyard, and then we're gonna set this Crystal Raigeki. And then, so since he doesn't just fate the Raigeki, we have to force with the Earwig. So we're going to go for the attack. He's going to banish the Earwig. Unfortunately, there will be no return for the Earwig. And then as soon as he draws, we're going to try and get rid of his spellcaster with Crystal Raigeki, but of course he draws a Fool. Now I feel like a fool. And then he's going to go Power. He's kind of out of cards. He has spellbooks, and he has only one card and no set fate. So let's draw, and we draw another Earwig, and the Earwig will invoke the Oath Pact, and we're gonna destroy this Fool of Prophecy, and probably drew a spellcaster requiring card, but with no spellcaster, he cannot withstand the might of the Inzektor clan. Alright, we're going first against Zane Truesdale, and with Zane you always have to look out for Cyber. Alright, so we have 2 Pegasus in our hand, which is actually cool, because then if we get a hold of a Raigeki, we can make multiple uses of our horses, because we can send this to the graveyard and then revive him. But we're just going to play Earwig and call upon the Giga-Cricket. And we're gonna have a set, and we're gonna be looking for that pierce damage. And we're gonna normal summon a Sapphire Pegasus. Why not? And there is the Windstorm of Etiqua, which is not good against the Earwig because its defense is very low. Now, Dragon Knight of Creation destroys the Pegasus, and that lets him dump a White Knight Dragon. And we're gonna go Inzektor Centipede, and we're gonna equip Inzektor Centipede with Giga-Mantis from the hand. And then we're gonna kill this Kidmodo, but he had no big dragons in hand. That's why he used that Etiqua before. But now he has the activation conditions for Cyber Style and Hex Sealed Fusion, the Light. Oh, he will show us the light. It is over for you. I call upon Cyber End Dragon. Look at those 3 heads. One looks clearly better than the other 2. Alright, crashes into the most valuable Inzektor Centipede. But do we need ultra rares and super rares to win? We do not, because we top deck the Crystal Raigeki. And then we're going to normal summon another Sapphire Pegasus so that we can have monsters on the field. Oh, Vanguard of the Dragon discards the Blue Eyes, and then we're going to let him go into the attack, and we're going to pop that Crystal Raigeki. Okay, Raigeki destroys the Cyber End Dragon, and then Vanguard destroys Sapphire Pegasus, but he's done. He just doesn't know it. So we have multiple ways to deal with this, but we just top deck another Earwig, calls upon the Oath Pact, and we attack for game. We're going first against another Zang Truesdale. Still looking out for that Cyber Style. We have Hopper, we have Zektkalibur, and we have Earwig. So we're going to set the Earwig because we're okay with him getting destroyed because, again, we have the Oath Pact. Alright, so Swordswoman destroys the Earwig. We're going to summon another Earwig. Earwig makes the call, but is blocked by the Forbidden Fruits. So Chalice blocks Earwig. But that's fine because we have Zektkalibur. We have another method of bumping up our monster. And then we're able to just destroy Swordswoman at the cost of 700 of our life points. Okay, so another set. And then another Swordswoman, and then so he crashes the Swordswoman for the damage, perhaps thinking that I had a Wall of the Daddy, and did not know how to read Swordswoman. Anyway, we're gonna go Hopper. So this is a if you're not using the Storm variant, if you're using Crystal Raigeki, or you don't have your removal card, I don't want to deal with this back row, so I'm just going to keep attacking over his monsters with Hopper. And since he's not Taya, since he doesn't have Holy Guard, he would need to risk his life points in order to crash his monster into mine and banish it. And so we're just going to keep doing Hopper, Earwig, and then now see, I got greedy. I should have just equipped. There was no reason not to equip Inzektor Orb, except I wanted to, how you always do it. You power up during the damage step. However, at the start of the battle phase, he activates anti-magic arrows, so we don't have game this turn. We'll just attack directly. But he knows that we have some sort of attack manipulating card, so he doesn't want to attack into the Earwig. Also, it would be game against a Sage. Canadia onto the Earwig. Removes Zektkalibur. Zektkalibur puts an Earwig back in our hand. And then we're going to normal summon another Earwig. Another Paleozoic Canadia. And a special summon. However, so that's our normal summon. However, since this first Earwig was activated this turn, or was summoned during a prior turn, we can just flip him right back up and equip the Hopper from the hand, send Hopper to the graveyard, and then just be very thorough, Transcendent Crystals, set up all of our stuff, and let him surrender to the might of the insects. Now we're going second against Seto Kaiba, and you might be asking, James, can Inzektors beat for hires? And the answer is mostly no, but sometimes they can. Okay, so Kaiba sets 3 cards, and we're going to draw, and then we're going to go Transcendent Crystals, and then we're going to dump a Pegasus for a Pegasus, and we're just going to play it kind of slow. We're going to pretend to be a Pegasus deck, a Crystal Beast deck, except that having, throwing a Pegasus for a Pegasus and then using Pegasus into another Pegasus, that's kind of suspicious, but Crystal Beasts aren't common in rank anyway. So that first Pegasus is going to get floodgated, which I'm perfectly fine with, which is the best outcome. And we have a Crystal Raigeki all ready and waiting for the first for hire. And then we're going to tribute, so since all of our Pegasuses are out of the deck at this point, so we can't use Sapphire, we can't use Transcendent Crystals anymore. We have to use Giga-Cricket. We're going to tribute the Floodgated Pegasus for Giga-Cricket. And if you're running Giga-Cricket, you basically need to go with Transcendent Crystals, because otherwise Giga-Cricket, you can't get him into the graveyard as easily. Now, foolishly equipping the Giga-Mantis, because with Inzektor Orb, I can protect against a single boosted hero for hire, but he has Widespread Ruin. I lose all of my Inzektors. However, we have the Oath Pact. Okay, so we have another set. So I have lost all my monsters, and he's pretty bricked. He has a seal. He had a seal, and then so I know that this is probably one of the big monsters. We normal summon the Inzektor Hopper. We make the call to the Oath Pact, and we get hit with the Forbidden Chalice again. And then we're gonna... here's how I know that... Inzektor Orb, it doesn't block the targeting effect when it's chained. It has to already be equipped. I'm not certain how that works. Alright, but Giga-Cricket has an alternative equip method, and that's you can banish an Inzektor, which we will do, and we're going to equip, and so now our Hopper is good and protected, except his enemy controller, and I elect to not. So we could have blocked that with Inzektor Orb, and I chose not to because of Dompa. Alright, so we have another set. And then we're going to go in for it again. Alright, what you got? Alright, so finally, and there's the Dompa. That's what we prepared for. We go Dyna, Dompa. Dyna banishes the members of the Oath Pact. Now, he doesn't target, because this man is reading the cards, he doesn't target the Inzektor Hopper with the Dompa Destruction. He targets my equipped Giga-Cricket to power my guy down. And then he goes for the Tribute Take, which then we block with Inzektor Orb. So Inzektor Orb disincentivizing the enemy controller. And he goes for the Beatdown, and it seems like the cause of the insects is lost. However, we still have that secret technique. So Hopper, call to the Oath Pact, pop off the Hopper and attack directly, no Karibo. So, I hope you've enjoyed this tale of Valor and Chitin. Thank you for watching.